Hi, Reverend T. Funk here, and we're going to talk about the chord progression that is commonly used in the Allman Brothers version of the song Stormy Monday. I haven't really compared what I play so much against the original in a few years, but I want to show you what I do basically to play the song, and this goes out to my brother Jay, who's working on the tune. I know it's taken me a few weeks to get this together for you, man, but it's been a crazy month. Actually, a crazy couple of months. Between grandkids and home projects, I haven't had as much video making time as I would really like. But anyway, here it is, and I think you might get some interesting insights from it, so stay tuned. Okay, we'll take a look at all the chords we're going to use in the song first, and the first chord we're going to use is a G9. Now this chord is a G9 in this particular case because the bass player is probably playing this note right here, the G. I don't have a G in this chord, but it's serving the purpose of a G9. It contains the notes B, D, F, and A. B, D, F, A. So we have probably learned this chord in the past as a B minor 7 flat 5 chord, which it is, but if the bass player is playing a G, or if it's serving as the G chord in a blues song, it's a G9 chord. Okay, so here's our G9. Then I'm going to have a C9. Back to G, and he plays a G sharp, and back to G, then C9 again, and then I'd like to use a G7. I don't know if Dwayne or Dickie actually did this at the beginning, but I think it adds a nice color to it. And then we'll play, after G7 is A minor 7, then B minor 7, then B flat minor 7, then going to a D9, then to a C minor 7, and then G7, and C9, and G7, and then a D augmented chord. And again, I've got a PDF file available to anybody that would like to see it, the group of all these chords. I'd be glad to email you one. But I'll go ahead and play the chords in the context like I'm playing the song. Okay, got my trusty drummer Dave here. He's not really good at playing fills, but his time is impeccable. So here we go in 1, 2, 3, 4. In a previous G blues rhythm part, I think I called it Mr. Slows in G. I had taken that from that Alfred Publishing track, a slow blues in G. We did this same technique that we're doing here, which is basically play the G9 chord, or maybe even just a couple of the low notes, and then remove the first finger and slide the remaining 3 notes up 2 frets, and right back. When we slide up, we get kind of a G6 chord, G, B, and E. Same thing's happening on the C9 chord, in that I play maybe the whole chord, or maybe just a couple of notes, and slide the remaining 3. I'm a sloppy slide there, but I do it more like that. Back to the G9 chord. Now, the first time I didn't do this little fancy slide that you hear in the song sometimes. It's like chord, slide, slide back, then go up 1 fret, and then back down. So it's kind of a G, slide to G6, then go to a G sharp 9, or a G sharp 9 chord. Then I'm going to go back to my C9, do my little slide, G7, and A minor 7. Now the first time through I used this shape of an A minor 7, basically barring all the notes on fret 5 and playing the 7th fret on the A string, trying to get that finger out of the way. The second time through, I played my A minor 7 like this. You might be going, hey, what's the deal? Well, I'm playing the A note on the E string, then I'm muting the A string, and playing the next 3 strings. It's a little darker sounding if I leave off that note. I can include it, of course, but a lot of times you'll end up getting that much of it. The difference between the two is pretty minimal. Sometimes I like to leave off low 5s in chords because they don't really contribute to the harmony of the chord so much as they are just kind of adding some darkness to the chord, so I don't want to mess with that so much. I want to play this sound, then go to my B, and then B flat, and then my D9, which has a little slide, and then this C minor 7 chord, and G7, and C9, and G7, and D augmented. This is kind of like making the shape of an F chord, or let's say a G chord, moving everything up a string. Really cool chord to do a turnaround with the blues.